guy, you never really know when you have freshmen come in.
Right.
Especially at a keeping position, you never know how their personality is going to play out,
right.
how reliable they're going to be. And this kid doesn't necessarily have the smoothiest time I've ever seen in the world, but he's effective.
Very efficient, yeah, effective. I tell you that the good thing about it is he's getting it out of there quickly. 1.8, 1.9. Last year at times we were getting out of there 2.2, 2.3. He gets rid of it quickly, and in turn it hurts him kicking spirals sometimes because he kicks it like a soccer ball, But he has been efficient. Even when he kicks it bad, he kicks it a long way. So he's got a strong leg. And you saw him, well, you weren't there, but in the game, when he hit it, and he spirals it, he kicks it 70 yards. Rick Dixon, the RAD, was out there watching practice yesterday, and we were laughing at him, and all of a sudden he hit a couple spirals. He kicks it 60, 70 yards when he hits a spiral.
Did he come in kicking it that fast, or how much work?
No, I think we improved. He was a 3-step guy for the most part. We got him to a 2-step. And that's Greg Davis really has coached him to do that, and it's just something we emphasize. If you can't 2-step and get it out of there, you're not going to be a punter for us. So he worked on it, and he's doing it, and he's got a lot of room to grow, so to speak, but he has potential to be really good.
On the road, validate all the things that we've been saying over the last few years.
Right. I think it does, and again, what would really validate is if we can win this next week too. You got to keep going. You got to keep getting better. But I've said it all along. We are a better football team than we've been in the last 4 years. We've got better players. We got more quality depth. We've got a much better attitude. They bought into the system. They trust the coaches. We're better. And again, that was a big win. It was a huge win for our program. One of the best wins in the last 10 years, people are saying. But the key now is to continue to progress and try to get better each week and to be in games and win games now.
Fourth quarter last week, scoreless. Was that kind of a turning point with your defense as far as finishing the game?
Yeah.
And how much did that help you with that?
Well, finishing was important. Yeah, we had to finish the game. We had to win the football game because it's 3-point difference, and we had to keep them out of field goal range. And one of the things we did offensively, prior to half, we just let the clock run down. We were going to go in at halftime ahead, and at the end of the game, we weren't going to make a bad play. We were going to play to the defense because the defense is playing so well. So for them to do what they did at the end gave us a lot of credibility, I guess you can say, and again, the trust and the thing about buying into what we're doing. They realize that they do what we tell them to do, we can win.
Was the depth a big part of that?
Well, we played a bunch of people, yeah, and there's no question depth had a big part to do with it because our quarterback only played about half the time. We had a couple other guys playing quarterback. We had other guys playing receiver. We did some different things. And, Jordan Sullen went in and ran a reverse. We're utilizing some people.
Do you think that, what do you see in the Rutgers defense that made you think that trick play in the third quarter would be a factor? Do you think that's really what gave the momentum to win football?
Well, the biggest thing about them is they play very fast. They go to the football. And so we kind of let them take the cheese, so to speak, We also ran the little reverse pass, and then we knew that when we did that, that corner would blitz. And so we ran the reverse, and then we threw the ball out in the flat, and it gave us a big play to score that other touchdown. But I think just the fact that we used their coaching against them, they ran so hard to the ball that we felt if we can throw the ball out there and they could all see it be thrown, they would all start flying to the ball because they are a really aggressive defense. And then, we had to execute it. Steve Barnett made a great block on the end. Otherwise, we might not get the ball. He made a great block on the end. And then, of course, DJ Banks made a nice throw back. And, of course, Joe, with the great athleticism, he just stumbled once and then got in the end zone. But it was a heck of a play. And, I've been running trick plays forever. You don't win with trick plays, okay? You got to do other things. You don't win with trick plays. But with trick plays, or as we call them, special plays, it gives you a chance to create some momentum. It gives you a chance to have an explosive play, and it possibly gives you a chance to score a touchdown. Now, they don't always work, but I think they have a long-lasting effect on defensive people. I've been talking to guys I've been playing against for years, and the one thing they always talk about is, number one, they got to practice those plays. Rutgers practiced that play. Now, we did it from the other side of the field. We did it a little bit differently in that sense, but they practiced it. I think somebody's got a reel of my trick plays out there somewhere, okay? But the point is if you do that, they got to take time to practice it. And when they're practicing that, it's taking time away from stopping your regular stuff. So I'm going to continue to, every week, put a play or two in to try to do what I talked about, and then hopefully it'll work. Well, a lot of coaches were high-fiving me and slapping. The kids were slapping me because I only call a couple plays a game, and so it worked. So that was a hero, for that game. But boy, they've kicked me in the butt a few times too, over the years. But it's fun. It's exciting because the kids know over the years. A lot of coaches will practice trick plays and never run them in a game. If I practice a trick play, it's going to be running the game, and they know it's coming. They just don't know when I'm going to call it. So I don't call many plays, but I do call some of the trick plays.
Who calls the other? I mean, God?
Yeah, Dan's a coordinator. He calls the plays, and he calls most of the things.
That's strictly because he seems to me to be more methodical. He actually suggests trick plays. I thought that all came from you.
Well, if they're suggesting it to me, then I've had a great impact on those coaches because they always look at me like I'm a little crazy when I put trick plays in. But yeah, we've been together for 4 years now, and we all kind of understand each other, and they know, hey, that's what's going to happen. So they just tolerate me now. Okay, what trick play you got this week, Coach? And so anyway, that's what we do.
You talked for a minute about the coming back this week and what the win this week means for kids, students, administration, everyone.
Well, again, I think coming off a big win like that, it's important that we do it again. We come off another win. We got to win again. And like I said, the embarrassing thing was 2 years ago was to come off a big win and then lose that game like we did. And then last year we beat Army over there, then we lose to Marshall. So, a lot of people come to homecoming, they want to see their team, And so I think it's important to win and hopefully look good doing it so that they'll be excited about their alma mater or their, being fans of the school they follow. And as students to be excited about their school and hopefully come out and continue to support you.
And I can't imagine you dwell
We went through it real fast Monday because I told them, I said, that's part of it. You've got to be mature enough to now put it behind you. I told them, I said, hey, your friends, your family, your girlfriends, they're all going to be patting you on the back and loving you, and that's great, up until today. And now, once we walk on that football field, I don't want to hear anything more about Rutgers. Put it behind us and let's move on, talk about Army. And from a maturity standpoint, I think they've done that. Now it's important to take the next step. Any other questions? Thank you very much.